In a sport that has been dominated by the West, it seems only fitting that the defending champions and perennial finalists Golden Bears would host the national championships. After winning last year's championship while continuing a run of 7 consecutive final appearances, the Bears haven't looked back with an 18-0 record this year. With stats like that and home court advantage, the only question left is, can anyone beat the Big Bad Bears?
On the U of A campus, welcome inside the main gym here at the U of A. Gold is the word of the day. I'm Morley Scott along with Ben Josephson and Stephanie Raditz. It's the gold medal game between the red and gold and the Golden Bears. Ben, two teams that have been perfect all season long, two teams that have been perfect through this weekend. One of them is going to lose for the first time tonight.
Yeah, at the end of the year for a national championship, you really want to have your best two teams playing in the final. Neither of these two teams have lost. Laval has had a tough road on, even though they haven't dropped the set, they have had a tough road. They had a really tough 3-setter last night with McMaster and have come through 3-0 and a chance to play the Bears, who have a little bit of an easier road, but they earned the 1 seed through the regular season, so they deserve that road.
The Laval starters in this game, safe to say a very veteran team for the Laval team.
Yeah, Laval's got Freddie Desbiens as kind of their big piece. He's their big stud right side, and he's all man. When he puts a charge into the ball, it's heavy, and it's going to skip a lot of hands at the baseline. Another couple key players, they got Carl de Grand Prix on the left, and first-team All-Canadian Levine is a very greasy, very good controlling type left side player, and probably one of the best left setters in the country in Olivier Fauché. Freddie Desbiens is just a heavy hitter. The Bears block's big, but his arm pace could neutralize that size of that block, being able to skip out the baseline.
15 kills and 2 aces in the semifinal game yesterday. Let's go to Stephanie now, who talks with Laval's head coach, Pascal Clement.
Coach Clement, both your team and the U of A team have been winning fairly easily so far. How does the competition change going into this game, and what does your team have to focus on in order to keep the winning streak alive?
Well, to be honest, like I told them a few minutes ago, I mean, the environment doesn't have to change your game. You know, this output has to stay an output, and the input is come from the inside, from the team, and from the strategy. It's a ball game, and we just have to play, focus, concentrate on the game.
Great, thank you very much, and best of luck going into the game.
Thank you very much.
Like Laval, the Golden Bears perfect through the season, and here's their starting lineup. Also been a veteran team, 2 fifth-year players.
Yeah, this is one of the most well-balanced rosters in the country. Top to bottom, there's really not a lot of weaknesses in this group. Their left side play and Saxton and Gourlay is very solid and very steady. Their middle play is big, and Lesky is a hammer of a swinger, and they got a good setting, and Duraco moves the ball, manages his patterns well, and obviously the right side, Schmulin is the player of the year in this CIS season, and he's another guy who's all man, and a lot of beard there too. When he gets a good chance to swing a ball, one of the things that he's developed this year better than previous seasons is his ability to make shots. He's changing more speeds, he's hitting better angles, and it's made him a much more dangerous hitter to deal with on the opposing side.
Joel Schmulin, the Canada West and CIS Player of the Year in men's volleyball. Let's go to Stephanie again now with Golden Bear head coach Terry Daniluk.
Coach Daniluk, Coach of the Year, Player of the Year, a spotless record. What do you have to do to keep your team grounded going into this game, and what do you have to focus on to win?
Well, I think we've approached the whole season the same. Every day is a new day, and every game is a game, and you have to prepare for them, whether it's the first or the last. And I think we've done a good job of telling our guys that this is just another game, and you got to come out and be yourselves.
Great, thank you very much, and best of luck in this game.
Thank you.
They're using shoehorns to jam them into the main gym. Almost 3,000 people to watch the gold medal game. Coming up next. Back at the University of Alberta main gym, it's the gold medal game. The University of Laval, red and gold, the Rouge et Or, and the University of Alberta Golden Bears. One team will stay true to their name this evening. The stage is set. Two teams have come a long way to get to this point. It's the gold medal final in CIS men's volleyball. I'm Morley Scott along with Ben Josephson and Stephanie Raditz. And Ben, you worked pretty hard to get to this position today. Both these clubs have done it. Both these clubs have been perfect. It's a fairy tale gold medal game, really.
September 1st, most teams start their preseason training camp. And here we are in the first day of March, and one team is going to end this season with achieving their full season goals. And as you said, only one team's coming out of here with the gold and their name still intact.
And unfortunately, one team's going to have one loss and not a gold medal, which is kind of a shame, really, when you have two teams that have dominated so much all season long.
This really is a national championship match. You have the best team from the East in Laval at 18-0. They had beaten everybody they played, both in their conference and out of their conference out East. And then you got the Bears out West, and they've beaten everybody they played out here. And so it really is the battle of East and West. May the best team win.
Last gold medal game for Laval in 2001. They lost that to Manitoba. Last gold medal game for Alberta. Well, when haven't they been in the gold medal game? This is 8 straight years they've played for gold.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was coaching against them for 2 of those. Fortunately, we won one and we lost the other. I mean, this team perennially is in this game. They know what it takes to be here. It's also one of the toughest buildings in Canada West to walk in and try to get a victory. So as you can see, this crowd is ruckus, there's capacity. They're all waving these towels, and but Laval's a veteran group. They're going to have the right mind frame. Coach Clement's a brilliant coach. He's going to have these guys ready to play in this environment.
Now, you don't want to critique the wins, but if anything negative can be taken from the Golden Bears weekend is they've had some trouble in the third sets in both their games.
Yeah, it almost looks like they're getting a little bit bored, laying off the gas pedal just a little bit in those third sets. Now, again, this is the national championship. No time to leave anything in the tank. It's going to be hard to see them laying off the gas at all this night.
Two teams, 18-0 during the regular season, perfect through the playoffs, perfect through this weekend. And the crowd was big and loud last night for the semifinal game. It's bigger and louder tonight for the final, and obviously plays a factor.
Yeah, but it doesn't really work against the away team either. We were having a conversation earlier with a couple other coaches, and they're saying, hey, we'd love to play in this. Just because the crowd's big and against you doesn't mean it works against you. It means it charges all these athletes up. Volleyball is one of those sports where there's such a good chance to cheer for big plays in between the stops and the starts that both these teams are really going to get jacked up for this match, and I'm sure this crowd's going to carry the energy level real well.
Here's a look at the officials for this match this afternoon. Gold medal game. We're getting set to get things underway, and the Bears will start it off as they always do with Tim Gourlay, who all weekend long has given them great starts.
Tim Gourlay is a great server, very steady, consistent. He can rip it when he wants, but watch for he'll start off this match in a control type mode.
And we're set to start. The gold medal game is underway. Almost 3,000 here at the main gym at the U of A. And they see the first point go to Laval.
Not a lot of weaknesses on this Bears team, but Mike DeRocco's had a hard time stopping left sides one-on-one this tournament. So he's matched up with Carl de Grandpré, and Carl's a very effective attacker.
Laval service into the net. It'll go back to the Golden Bears side.
as that serve came from Saint-Amour.
Yeah, that's not the serve you want to start the national championship final with, but we'll chalk that one up to nerves and move forward.
Murda serving for Alberta. Up and over. Here's the set by Fauché. Desbiens, the big man, comes down hard, off the arm and out.
This match really does feature two of the most physical right sides in the country, Desbiens and Schmoulin, and they're pretty much clones of each other. Schmoulin's a little bit bigger, but Desbiens got that French energy and intensity.
Desbiens to serve now. He goes into the net, so two straight. Laval serves into the net. And Mike Duraco back to serve for Alberta.
Yeah, you know, Desbiens got a bomb of a serve, but that ball looked like it was a three-quarter control serve. They're just trying to find a little bit of rhythm early part of this game, but they got to make the Bears find some side-out rhythm. They can't give away 2 points like that.
Duraco. There's the pass, set by Fauché. De Grand Prix up, and there's the block. And the Bears get the crowd going for the first time in this one.
Right there is going to be the key to the whole game. You have to pass the ball in the net because you can't let that big Bear block set up like that. They're the best blocking team in the Canada West Conference, and if you pass the ball off the net, you're in some trouble.
Straight to the Bears lead. Duraco serves again. The Grand Prix keeps it alive. There's the set. And the smash by Desbiens.
When you pass the ball, you get a little bit of a hesitation. You're allowed to run your pace offense. You get a bit of a seam in the block. And Big Freddie, when he gets his arm into the ball, it's a tough dig to make.
De Grand Prix back to serve for Laval. That's out. And Laval having a tough time with the serve in the early going.
That's right, and they're not even they're not chewing on that serve either. It's not like they're sitting back there saying we're going to win this game from the baseline. They're trying to put balls in play, but they're missing them right now.
Ben Saxton. Ace it up for Saxton. 5-3 Alberta.
One of the ways the Bears attack you is they got 5 jump servers, and they're all fairly accurate at hitting those seams like that between those 2 passers.
7 aces yesterday in the semifinal against Brandon. There's their first. There's a set chipped over. Nice dig by Gourlay. There's the set by Duraco. And Schmoulin can't do what he wants with it. And Laval takes the point.
A little bit of a miscue on both sides of the net from the setters. You know, Fauché left that one a little bit low and tight for Levine, and then Duraco overset the right side ball to Schmoulin.
Fecto Botin with the serve now. He was the player of the match for Laval in the semifinals yesterday. There's a block at the net, kept alive. There's the set for Gourlay. Can they keep it going? Laval saves it. Fecto Botin over the net. Duraco sets. Off the fingertips and out. Good rally.
Yeah, good scramble on both sides of the net. But, you know, when Big Spencer Lasky hits the ball, you got to be up real early, get your hands down square. If you're reaching outside your shoulders, too much pace, he's going to knock you off.
Spencer Lasky serving for the Bears. 6-4 Alberta leads in the first set of this gold medal game. The Golden Bears and the red and gold.
This is right where Laval wants to be, though. They found a decent side-out rhythm. They haven't let the Bears get anything early. If they can stabilize their side-out a little bit and actually make a few more serves, they might be able to get a little bit of separation. And if not, they just go side-out for side-out in the middle section of this match.
Lesky to serve for the Bears. The net now, Fauché with the set. Good dig by the Bears. Duraco keeps it alive. Free ball for Laval. Fauché with the set. There's the kill and the block. And the Bears open up a 3-point lead, 7-4.
It's a great block. It's, you know, Laval's trying to run what's called an inside X. They're trying to overload on the middle player, Justin Murda. The problem with the Bears system is it's built on patience and structure. They're not going to get off their feet anytime until the ball's been set. So running patterns on them is very difficult to do.
Oh, good battle at the net. Drops on the Alberta side, so Laval stops the run for the Golden Bears.
If I had a nickel for however many times the setters have blocked overpass in this tournament, I would have bought this morning's coffee.
But you didn't.
No.
Fauché back to serve for Laval. 37 assists yesterday and an ace. There's the pass. Duraco with the set. And the big man for the first time, schmooling up and down for a Bears point. And the Bears head to the first technical break with an 8-5 lead over Laval in what has been a pretty good start and a pretty good opening start to this game. A real good play by the Golden Bears, I think, feeding off the crowd a little bit.
Yeah, this is what you expect from the home team to come out as the charge team. Laval missed a couple serves early, didn't force the Bears into siding out, but 8-5 is not too bad. A couple of the stats coming up here to look at. The Bears have got the first ace of the match. That's something to keep an eye on with their 5 jump servers. Laval has 3 service errors. One of the ratios we're going to be watching carefully all night long is the amount of aces to errors. What you're looking for is a 1 ace to 3 miss at the very most. Ideally 1 to 1, 1 to 2 is kind of acceptable. And both these teams, it's going to be interesting watching that block number. The Bears have already got 2. Laval's got 1 though. The Bears are going to contain the edge in the blocks, and that's one of the best ways they score points.
And that's due to the size, right?
They're just a big team. But even more so than that, they're very structured. They run a very international style of blocking system. Like I said, they wait, they're patient, they close down seams late, and they don't get antsy on their feet.
Canada West and CIS Player of the Year, Joel Schmoulin to serve for the Bears. Way up. Poche with the set. And Desbiens with the big hammer, but he goes out, and it's 9-5 Alberta.
Those are the types of attacking errors that the Alberta blocking system and their prowess as blockers does affect. Desbiens did not want to try and challenge those hands, so he went wide and missed it.
Schmoulin again. Poche with the set. Last from the right side. Bears keep it alive. Free ball for Laval. Poche, and it's crushed by St. Amour.
Yeah, Laval's going to have to run middle fairly effectively, and when they get those opportunities, St. Amour's their bigger middle. He needs to find a way to put those down.
Laval now serving. 9-6, the Bears lead in set number 1. Pass, DeRocco with the set. Gourlay with the kill off the fingertips and out again. And the Bears build it to 10-6.
It's a good shot from Tim Gourlay. Get a nice isolation. Goes high hands. A little bit lucky through the hands there, but Big Freddy's got to get his hands down a little bit earlier on Gourlay, or else he'll grease all night.
Gourlay with the serve again. Poche sets. Desbiens goes up. Nice save by the Bears as they keep it in play. Gourlay, Poche gets it. This will be a free ball for the Golden Bears. When it comes over, it does.
Trouble.
There's the set for DeRocco, and boom! Into the floor it goes, courtesy of Joel Schmoulin.
You cannot be giving away free balls for the Bears because they make it just that. When you get Joel Schmoulin a chance to swing like that, you're just a sitting duck in the back row. He's the CIS Player of the Year for a reason.
And you can see the intensity in his face. One more game for him in his university career, and he wants to go out with some jewelry.
Yeah, there's kind of a Cinderella story going on here for Joel. They got the undefeated season going. They're playing the national championship at home. CIS Player of the Year. It couldn't end better with the national championship, and he looks like he wants it.
Terry Daniluk says that the key to Schmoulin is his consistency. You get the same thing pretty much every night from him, and it's always good.
He doesn't make a lot of errors. He usually does real good things with the balls, and when he's in a bad scenario, he finds a way to put the ball in play. When he's in a good scenario, as that last play is evidence, it's done. It's over.
For Joel Schmoulin, 5 trips to the CIS final. 2-time Canada West first All-Star, CIS Tournament All-Star last year, first team All-Canadian. He's built up quite a trophy case, looking for his 2nd straight gold medal as well.
Built up a trophy case and an impressive beard.
Yeah, that thing's been growing. He said he knew they were in the playoffs and in the finals in September, so that's when he started the playoff beard. And he can't wait to shave it. That's out from Gourlay. And by the way, when he does shave it, it'll be to raise money for cancer research, so good on him for that as well. St. Amour with the serve for Laval. They trail 11-7. Off the net! And the Bears can't keep it alive. DeRocco with the effort. Laval draws to within 3.
I know it's the Bears' den, but that net's neutral. And if you serve the ball properly, that's a really tough ball to recover. Mike DeRocco, the setter, and Justin Murdo, the middle player, have got to keep their eyes on the tape, keeping ready for that little tape crawler.
Saint-Amour. Way long on the serve. 12-8, Bears lead.
Saint-Amour's second missed serve already, and we're only you're not even halfway through the game. And he's a float server. They can't afford that because Big Freddy's going back next, and you want him to feel free to take a pull on the base.
A couple of long serves, a couple under the net. It's 12-8. Do the math. The serving's been the issue for Laval so far. Good kill there by the Grand Prix, and that draws them to within another point. It's 12-9 for the Bears.
Second time through, these rotations have a very similar feel to the first time through. They're looking to isolate on Mike Rocco with Carl de Grand Prix, and they got a bit of a seam, and he found that 6'5" angle.
Vivian with the serve. Rocco sets. And Lesky delivers.
Lesky's an extremely efficient attacker. I think he finished number 2 or 3 in the conference in efficiency. And he just hits the ball real hard, but he tends to hit it to the fat of the court, 6-ish area. The middle players have got to force him to hit the sidelines.
5 kills in the semifinal yesterday. There's DeRocco into the net. And the kill totals on the Golden Bears, you look at their players, they're a little low, but that's because they spread it around a little bit.
It's a combination of them spreading it around, having balanced attack, but also they block so many and they force you to hit out so many times and they get so many aces. They score points in so many different ways that it's very difficult for an opponent and to kind of scout them, because if you take away one thing, they'll find another way to score points. Service
trouble continues for Laval. The Grand Prix into the mesh on that one.
With all that said, they're still only down 3.5 points.
Sexton. Fauché sets. Big block at the net. Tipped over. Laval keeps it alive. Fauché to Fecto Botin, and he delivers the kill.
That's my favorite player in the whole tournament, and he has some interesting facial hair on today. But right here, you see Spencer Lesky get off his feet on Olivier Fauché. That's a rare breakdown in the blocking system of the Bears.
Here's the serve by Fecto Botin. Gourlay with the kill of the back court. And the Bears get it back on track, up 15-11.
A good isolation pattern for the Bears as Mike DeRocco brings the middle around, sets an isolation for Tim Gourlay on the small setter for Laval, and it's a kill shot. That's a good option for the Bears to have.
Lesky serving for Alberta. Grand Prix with the pass. Fauché can't get to it as he reaches, and it drops.
One of the things you're looking for from your athletes is to only make the mistake once. That last time it was an overpass, Justin Murta was blocked. This time he doesn't challenge Fauché on the swing, rolls it to an open spot, scores the point, earn the timeout.
16-11. The Bears lead at the second technical timeout, and they really got their game going early. The trouble continues to be the serving problems for Laval.
Yeah, it's just coming up right here. You know, you cannot make 5 missed serves against this Bears team. You have to make them earn every single thing, every single point. They do have an ace, but a 1-to-5 ratio is just really, really poor. And this is outside of some of the strengths of Laval. It's usually they're very good at managing their errors. They force opponents into trouble, which is what they were able to do against McMaster. And it's something that they're going to have to find that rhythm from the baseline tonight.
And a little emotion right there from Pascal Clement. He's trying to charge up.
I'm sure that's what he's telling them is, again, I'm sorry I can't speak French, but I'm sure he's saying, guys, you just can't make that kind of errors. I mean, we're killing ourselves here. We're only down, 4.5 points, and we've missed 5 serves, and none of them were real close. We got to find a way to manage our errors, make them play long rallies, extend the things, see if you can't rip it at the end of the game. You're not going to blow the Bears out.
Lesky back to the line. As we get back underway in set number 1. Just out for Spencer Lesky.
Yeah, he's put the charge in the ball, but he does tend to miss a lot of serves. You want a guy to be aggressive, and that was real close.
Olivier Fauché. Back to serve for Laval. 16-12, Alberta leads. Rocco with the set. Gourlay over. Kept alive by Laval. Fauché sets. Desbiens with the big hit. but action under the net as well, and it's Alberta point.
Nice dig by CIS Libero of the Year, Nicolas Quirion, but they put it a little tight to the tape, and you don't want to dig the ball that tight because then it forces your setter to try to make one of those amazing recoveries, and Fauché just couldn't stay out of the twine.
Schmulin with the serve. And there you see the power in the serve. Creates the point for the Golden Bears.
Yeah, and it's not just the power, but it's the location. You know, at this level, no serve is going to be powerful enough to overpower your opponents in their passing. But when you can put that power into a seam or into a gap, you force the opponents to be very sound technically, to put their shoulders behind the ball and elevate the pass. And that ball, Joel Schmulin found himself serving the 1-6 seam, and Thierry Levine could not get the ball in play and push it a little bit over. As you see, Thierry's fighting to square his shoulders up, couldn't quite push through the ball, and ended up losing it on the other side of the net. Justin Murta, as all middles should do, takes care of business at the tape.
You know what happened Saturday, January 24th?
No.
That was the last time the Bears lost a set. That's like almost 6 weeks ago. It was against Winnipeg. It was in this building since then, 19 straight, including straight set wins in the Canada West Final Four and straight set wins to get to where they are now, and they lead this set 18-12.
I would like to point out they've only lost to one Canadian team this year.
And who coaches that team? That's right, it's you, isn't it? I know you don't want to say it, I'll say it. It's you, Trinity Western University. Here's Schmulin. Diving for it, but not able to get it. And Laval pumps a little emotion into their game to draw to within 5.
Yeah, really good ball there. One of the things against a great blocking team, you have to attack the block in its weakest points. And the seam between the two blockers is always where it's most vulnerable. That and on the edge.
Laval serves. They trail 18-13. There's the set. Oh, he fooled me and he fooled Laval.
Nice little dump pattern by Mike Duraco. The setters are supposed to be dumping whenever they can create some kind of funny type feeling. So on that play, they brought the middle player around on a 61. The left side and the middle have got to communicate on who picks up the dump. There's no communication, the ball scores.
Gourlay with the serve. Fauché sets. And a big kill for St. Amour.
It's good to see Laval getting some production out of their middles. They're undersized in there compared to the Bear middles, but you got to keep the Bears blockers honest. If you can start getting them off their feet and start moving early, you can really create some good spread opportunities for your wing hitters.
Turcotte's into the game to serve. Guillaume Turcotte. Duraco sets. Here's the save for Laval. Free ball for the Golden Bears. Duraco to Gourlay. Good dig again by Turcotte. Keep it going. Another free ball for the Bears. Let's see what they do.